Judicial Service Commission for 2 years, the formative part. And the Judicial Service Commission has, there's a statute, there's the constitution that states how a judge should be removed. When Mother Koome came to office, she made a policy decision that, that judges, can be removed either on corruption or incompetence. It's in the constitution, the word incompetence. And incompetence is, for example, if a judge is told to make a determination on how many sun do we have on the sky, and the judge says there are 3 sun. That one, you don't need any other decision. You know that judge is incompetent. Judges have been making ridiculous decisions like there are 3 sun in the skies. And when you make a complaint, Mother Koome has brought a rule that is now a decisional independence. One is a judge makes a decision, no matter how ridiculous it is. And we have complained. Our clients have complained. She will say that, no, you can't touch them because it's a decision they have made. In other words, she has legitimized the corruption through judgment and given them impunity. That is why, how many complaints do Kenyans make? Thousands. Ask Havi, ask Dr. Kuria, myself, we make complaints. They will just, if you are lucky, sometimes you are not even lucky. If you are lucky, they will just send you, they say that your complaint is based on a judgment of the court, there's decisional independence. What of incompetence? The constitution says you can remove someone on incompetence. But she is protecting judges. That is why, this desperation of lawyers and clients now is that we have to take this argument to another level. We have, Judicial Service Commission is no longer an option because Mother has made it, a club that protects judges. That is why we are looking for now evidence. That is now we will go frontal attack on the judiciary because, we can't get justice through the Judicial Service Commission. He taught law for all these years. He practiced, I taught law, I practiced this. We can tell you from where we sit, that the Kenyan judiciary has never been this corrupt. Yes, that you can take. It has never been this corrupt. We had other problems in the 80s and 90s of lack of political independence, some other issues here and there, police brutality, Kanu issues. But this issue of judges taking bribe on a daily basis, on every case they handle. This is something that has snowballed in the last 10 years. Yes. And that is why people are losing their property. Gibson tells you there is no longer, the rule of law is completely finished. The rule of money reigns supreme. And in Kenya, I can tell you, it doesn't matter the court, the High Court, and especially the High Court, the Magistrate, and the Supreme Court. There is no judgment you cannot buy. And a country cannot survive if the justice system is fueled by money. The country will collapse. And that is why we are now actually making all these cries and noise that as Kenyans, we have to address this problem. The challenge facing the judiciary is the biggest challenge facing Kenya today.
Is that in fact, to be a lawyer, one is trained to do 3 things. One is to understand the law, not only of this country, but the law of the entire world on that particular issue you are dealing with. Secondly, as a lawyer, you are trained to analyze facts because there are people who may wish to deceive you or honestly don't know, are emotional. So the Council of the Law Society is the best privileged institution in the whole world because the finest lawyers in the country are at their core. If they need any assistance, the Madam President of Yambo just need to call my brothers here. He says, well, we need assistance here. If they require, and of course, these brothers will not say that we note. to the President of the Law Society. Just like you have a bank balance where you withdraw some money, the chairman of the Law Society has a big bank of talent. World-class lawyers are available, just a telephone call between the president and the lawyer. And that will happen, so that what we expect is that the council will form a subcommittee to deal with the issue of advocates and judicial officers and analyze the data which comes to them. And of course, and I can assure you, Kenyans are among the best thinkers in the world. Bigger than that. It is bigger in that we are saying that there are incompetent and others corrupt people, and they should be dealt with in accordance with the law. All we are saying is that we are calling upon Kenyans and advocates to contribute to data, because the Judicial Service Commission has power to remove anyone acting wrongly from office. But as you find our statement, we are not sparing our own. Under the Advocates Act, the Disciplinary Committee of the Law Society has power to remove from the advocates who have acted improperly. And I'm saying, either incompetence or through corruption, the advocates involved, the court clerks involved, and all of them must be tackled. But I want to emphasize a point that is emphasized in a statement but don't come from you. We recognize that Kenya is blessed with some very fine judges, the equal of any in the world. We have got very good magistrates. We also have got very good advocates and magistrates. So, in our statement, we commend those who do right things, whether they are judges, magistrates, or advocates. But those who fall of the law are the ones we are declaring, or we are putting a notice to, that the time has come. 2024 is the last year that they are going to take it, because we want the full force of law starting from 1st January 2025. Whoever is erring should look for another career.
For that reason, that it cannot be expected of the Judicial Service Commission to take charge of her. And there is precedent to what we are saying. We demanded the resignation of Bernard Chunga, and he indeed did resign. Evans Gisheru was more wiser than all of them. He saw the need to resign rather than continue as a Court of Appeal judge. And that's why we have been emphatic. We'll go for all these judges, and we'll go for the commissioners of the Judicial Service Commission who do not want to do their work. And it's imperative that you, as the press, give momentum to this exercise. You are the light that shines to illuminate the paths, especially when it comes to the rule of law and democracy. And this must be done. It must be done not for us. And let me dissuade those young lawyers who are saying these four are taking up this initiative because they have lost their contacts with the judges they used to bribe. Where? We've made our bonds, and we're doing this for you. We are on the exit. We are leaving this practice of law. And if we don't sanitize this judicial system, it is you who will suffer. And it's therefore incumbent upon you, who constitute the calvary of the legal profession, to come up and support this initiative. Bring complaints. I'm overwhelmed. Like today alone, I've received more than 100 complaints. I have one here about a judge in Kitale. If you read it, you will stop practicing law as an advocate. This, friends, is the problem that is bedeviling us right now. It must be resolved.